Today's adventure begins. Stand here in the rideshare pickup area, the drop-off section, the check-in area, if you will, the little circular driveway in front of the Flamingo Hotel, Las Vegas, this Sunday, as the recording of this, Sunday, November 17th, 2024. And I'm going to do a variety of things today here in Sin City in Vegas. Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here, the neon flamingo sign. Not as bright as it was last night walking around because it is during the day. I'm going to take a Uber up to the Strat, formerly called the Stratosphere. Check that out. And then from there, end up at the Punk Rock Museum where I'm going to be doing a tour with Smelly, the drummer from NoFX. I love NoFX, love punk rock. I'm going to get a tour and do a variety of other things. Join me, shall you? We also have taxis available. They're just kind of waiting here. So if the Uber was a good ways away, I'd probably just grab a taxi. See, they're all here in a single file line waiting. The first one gets the first person that chooses the taxi. My ride will be here in 3 minutes. Last night, I went up there, the top of the Eiffel Tower over there at the Paris Casino Resort. It was a pretty awesome view from up there. Maybe I'll go up to the top of the Strat just to compare one side of the strip to the other. So I got a couple moments. I'm going to show a couple of historical photos inside. The Flamingo is one of the oldest hotel resorts on the strip. And I think maybe the second or third oldest anywhere in Vegas. Original hotel from 1948 postcard. Low style vertical neon sign right there. And he's got a few photos here on the wall of what it looked like back in the day. Some of the performers that used to perform here as well. Real Viva Las Vegas. Flamingo's pool as it appeared in the MGM film Viva Las Vegas, starring Elvis Presley and Anne Margaret. And there's a strip at the top up there. It's pretty dang cool. And here's the rear entrance to the hotel and the Bugsy Suites from 1984. Currently, the pool is under a massive renovation. A lot of changes always happening here in Vegas. Some hotels are torn down, others are built, some are taken over by other companies. This one's been around, but the pool is being changed. You can see just a little construction update here. I think at some point while I'm here, I might go up in the Ferris wheel at some point. Right here, I got dropped off at the Gateway observation deck. You could go up one little level if you want, but you pretty much see pretty well from here as well. You got this little archway here that says Las Vegas. At the very top is the formerly the Stratosphere, but now they just refer to it as the Strat. Which is kind of strange because obviously it was built to say like, oh, you could go all the way up to the top of the Stratosphere. Then they shortened it to the Strat, just like they shortened Treasure Island to TI. It's kind of interesting how they do that. Not just nicknames, but like completely change names of places. Now it's the Strat, but I'm gonna go up to the Stratosphere. Cost of a ticket to go to the top. This thing stands over 1,000 feet tall, but the view that you get when you get up there is between 800 and 900 feet. So you don't go all the way to the tippy top. You go almost to 900 feet, just shy of 900 feet. $31 to get to the top and get a little bit of a view. And the view is pretty spectacular. From way up here, almost 900 feet in the air, from the Strat looking over all of the Vegas area. Well, just mostly the Strip. Looking down the Strip, and I am a few miles down is the hotel I'm staying at the Flamingo. Yeah, it's way up here. It's so nice here this time of the year too. This is definitely a good time. I don't ever recall being in Vegas at this time of the year. And it's very enjoyable. Just light hoodie weather. Ticket, $31 plus a convenience fee of $5. I don't know who exactly that's convenient for, but a total of $36 to get up to the top of the Strat. It's worth doing. You got to kind of do it. A lot of good win and row moments when you're here in Vegas. Oops. Almost flew away. Current temperature right now at 11:08, 56 degrees. Not going to be a cloud in the sky the rest of the day, and according next few days weather's gonna be really nice around this temperature. Just waiting on my ride. This might be him right here. Out of the way! Video Bob? Got time for a ride? What's the line? How about a ride, mister?
How about a ride, mister?
There you go. I screwed it up. I fail as being a Back to the Future fan. Hey, you know what I want. You got an order for me?
I don't know, what do you put in it?
Just 2 creams, 2 sugars.
I need your largest and your most dangerously hot, piping hot coffee with 2 sugars and 2 creams.
That's it.
Anything else?
Take a look at that. There's the speedy clock right there.
Well, this is a Golden Arches. I mean, look at the shape of this.
This is an old school Golden Arches.
Vegas McDonald's.
This is pre-Ronald. Well,
That's true.
Yeah, Speedy.
There's Speedy up there.
Look at Speedy. To have a falling down moment.
I was gonna say, remember falling down? It's like, look at this pathetic. This thing was probably like $3 or $4. And it's, I used to love the kids' cheeseburger. I mean, literally the piece of cheese is the same thickness as the meat.
Yeah.
And this pathetic, squashed, they did center it well.
Yeah.
But
my coffee's fine. How's it taste?
Very McDonald's-y.
Yeah, you do food reviews now.
Well,
Bob Eats Vegas, is that what it is?
Bob Eats Vegas. Bob eats just terrible food. I rarely ever eat something like this, but in the essence of time, and because we were there, your coffee might be piping hot, but this is not. It's as cold as the heart of the city.
There's a stretch limo here now that has a little Mohawk action on it. Punk Rock Museum stretch limo. I've been here once before. And when I did it, I did not do a guided tour. It was about 1.5 years ago. Just did a regular tour. Today, going to do the guided tour. You ever been here?
Not yet. First time tour.
First time tour? I'm surprised that there's somewhere in Vegas you haven't been. It's exciting.
Yeah. I like that you're coming to my town and taking me on a tour.
Yeah. You're more of a metal guy.
I am a metal guy.
You're more of a metal guy, but I think you're going to recognize a lot of the stuff that's in here.
I'm a punk fan as well.
Yeah. You like the Misfits, Sex Pistols, things like that,
all
right?
That stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm like I was telling you earlier, I'm kind of into like the Misfits were great, but Danzig.
Yeah.
So Danzig doing Danzig sings Elvis. I saw that at the Tropicana. Now that was a fun night.
All right, tour was really, really good. Only filmed a couple little snippets here and there. It was really very informative. And as I kind of started to film, he kind of mentioned that maybe the museum wouldn't be cool with filming the entire tour just simply because they want people to come here to do it. So I just got a couple little snippets and then I took some photos on my phone that I'll talk about and show some of that as well. But that was a lot better than I expected. He was definitely a wealth of knowledge about stuff that he knew. The reality, obviously, is they don't go through every piece of the museum because each separate guy, they always have different guides from different bands, and people in the punk rock community will do certain specific tours. And he talked about what he knew, and it was really well done. I really enjoyed it. And I kind of want to do another tour with someone else from a band that I like to hear their perspective and what they know about it, hear interesting stories. It was awesome. I've covered this museum in detail before when I went in without doing a guided tour. I'll just show a few things. They have like some items from Fear and Devo, Black Flag. They're Smelly, of course, the drummer from NoFX, talking about some of his memories and what he knows about. And this was the drum the Circle Jerks ended up recording their first album on. It's been repainted, but I didn't realize that till he mentioned it. He said he's not really a gearhead, so he didn't know a lot about the gear stuff, but he had more stories, talking about flyers on poles and how he had to, originally when started in NoFX, they'd have to go flyering instead of, the internet's a lot different now with social media and promoting shows. He was talking about the Misfits and the bass player from the Misfits using 2 of the same strings, the A and the E string, twice instead of using 4 different strings. And he was talking about San Francisco stuff, which
He didn't really talk too much about the San Francisco bands except for RKL, which he said was a huge influence. And he played one of the songs from RKL, and it sounded very familiar to NoFX. And I asked him if it had a lot to do with his style, with the stops, a lot of the stops in his drumming. He said, oh yeah, I definitely got that from RKL. That was a big portion. Talked about Minor Threat a lot. He talked about Scream, talked about Dave Grohl being in Scream. I was friends with Dave Grohl. Yeah, pretty good. Here's some other random stuff too. He didn't talk much about Green Day, but here is Billy Joe's jacket. This, I believe, is Kurt Cobain's leather jacket, or was. And talk about Op Ivy. There's actually Billy right there from Green Day. And this is the door. This is interesting. So I've been to Gilman Street a few times. The door, the back door where the bands would load in, that's not the original back door in San Francisco, or in Berkeley, I should say. The original door is right here, all stickered up. Pretty cool. Of course, they had a lot of talk about Fat Records and NoFX. And the Pennywise room here that had the Pennywise practice space and the Warped Tour. And then there's me with a photo of Smelly. And one more photo. It was a really great tour. I really liked it. All right, we're now over in this area. We're thinking about riding the high roller wheel right there, but first we might grab a bite to eat. This is Gordon Ramsay's Fish and Chips. I don't know if I've ever eaten any of Gordon Ramsay's places before. A video Bob recommends this place, so we're gonna go with a little fish and chip action. Kind of like a build your own box. You could get all different types of things. They have shrimp, lobster, sausage. I ended up getting the 3 builder box, 3 shrimp, 3 fish builder box is what I ended up getting. Ended up getting that. I got a water, other assorted things. How is it?
Very, very good. I like it a lot.
Fish and chips. Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay. I didn't realize his name is spelled Ramsay.
He's Scottish.
Sounds you went with a little shake. What was the shake you got?
Sticky toffee pudding shake.
Sticky toffee pudding shake. It's pretty good.
The shake costs $10. But you know what? It's really good.
It's worth the $10.
It is.
With the, I did the Red Lobster moment where you squirt the commercial. All right, that was pretty dang good. I do like fish and chips, just fried fish and fries. And that was decent. I'm gonna head back out, walk around a little bit, and see what we can find. Possibly go up in the wheel. All right, we're gonna be going on the high roller. My first impression is how cool the pods look. The little gondolas, little pods go. I'm used to kind of the bigger Ferris wheels, kind of like the Icon Orlando or Icon Park or the Orlando Eye, which is similar to this size-wise, but the pods are definitely a lot different. Right over here, so you got these like, it almost looks like something futuristic in a lot of ways. So I've been on the Orlando Eye. You've been on the London Eye?
Yes.
Yeah.
In London.
So I think the Orlando Eye is based on the London Eye. Does the London Eye have these kind of like little pod-looking ones?
I think they're smaller, if I remember, and I think they made this one just slightly larger so they could say it's bigger.
Take a look at the sphere over there, which is almost doing like a stained glass looking type of design on it right now. The big, humongous sphere. Some serious suspension on this right here. This is definitely different than some of the other bigger Ferris wheels I've been on. The strip right down there. There is the Mirage that's changing over to a different hotel, right over in that section. There's Caesar's Palace right there. Plane taking off over there. There's the airport over there off in the distance also. There's one of the pods right there.
We're looking down at the Link, which used to be the Imperial Palace, because he had a huge collection of World War II German things. But that's just the rumor. But they when they looked at the plot line, they realized that the building was going to be a giant swastika, so they changed it.
Yeah.
So the aerial view wouldn't be, but yeah.
Interesting. We're now almost at the top. Well, actually, no, we are. We are at the precipice. Congratulations. We made it to the top. What did we get? Getting a little, kind of the sun is going to be setting very, very soon. Getting a little view of the strip here. You got the Eiffel Tower over there that I went up in last night. Some other resorts and casinos.
When they did the Statue of Liberty stamp, they accidentally used our statue.
Wow.
They didn't know the difference. So we have our own Eiffel Tower, our own London Eye, our own...
Got everything. Why go anywhere else?
That's why I live
There you
here.
go. That's a good one. Right there. It has the Las Vegas. Fabulous Las Vegas right there on the side of the sphere. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at all the grandstands they have set up for the race coming up next weekend.
I want to see the ring.
This is the underbelly. The underbelly over here. We're going to walk over to a liquor store that I'm being told has a hot dog and a beer for $3. I'm not going to get a beer. I might get a hot dog.
After the fish
Yeah.
and chips.
For $3? Even if I eat a bite, I can toss the rest.
It's worth it.
There goes the monorail. There is a LA, Las Vegas, an LV Metropolitan police item right here. We were up in that. Right there. We were up in that thing all the way up. How many feet did they say that was?
A lot? I don't know. It's pretty high.
A lot of feet?
Yeah, we'll have to Google schmoogle that. I have no. It was pretty. You could see everything. I could almost see my house.
So tell me exactly this is the liquor store that has the $1.50 hot dogs?
Well, it's a hot dog and a beer for $3.
Do you have to get the combo? Because I don't drink beer.
know.
You don't drink beer either.
I don't drink beer. I don't drink.
I love all the like old, I don't call it neon, but the bulbs
Yeah.
like that. When I think of Vegas,
Those are legit old Edison bulbs. Those have got to be 40 bulbs.
this around here is what I was kind of noticing. Look at this. This is so awesome. Look at this thing, man. Okay, I'm gonna get a better angle of it. Dang, that's cool. Got the high roller in the distance.
You get buzzing.
There we go. We got the taxi in there. Taxi there. We got the advertisement behind. Right there. I was thinking maybe get the monorail going by. I think I missed that opportunity. Think of all the advertisements that's been on that little board right there. There goes the monorail. Are you still live streaming?
Yeah, nobody cares.
All right, next door to the convenience store is the stage door. I'm gonna get a hot dog. So without the beer, it's $2. I think I'm gonna get a hot dog. I'm right here grilling at the bar. I'm gonna get one. I gotta get a stage door hot dog. Right over there. Why not, right? Right here at the bar. You can also do some gambling. All right, this is a $2 hot dog. So, Video Bob was just saying that if you could eat anything in Vegas for $2, in fact, you ended up getting a Diet Coke. So I got a Diet Coke, got you a Diet Coke, I got me a hot dog and a water. The total was $4.
That's a bargain.
So let's try this $2 dog. We get in here so I can maybe may or may not get a thumbnail. Thumbnail. That hot dog was well worth the $2, I must say. Pretty tasty. The interesting thing is, so you have the liquor store here, which is basically a convenience store. They sell like snacks and sodas and water and, you know, beef jerky and things like that, gum. You cannot get a hot dog in there. You got to go into the bar to get the hot dog. They could easily just have those in here, but they don't. They have them at the bar.
Used to. They put a barricade there so you can't walk in.
Tour buses up here. You think this is Limp Bizkit?
It could be.
All right, we're now going to take the vehicle over to another area. The traffic's pretty backed up. Thought we had a shortcut, and we didn't. Now we got to get back into the madness.
Now I got to figure out, do I want to try to go through Harrah's or do I want to try to make it to Flamingo?
Classic truck alert right here.
Thought that was Red Fox there for a minute.
All right, we're now pulling over to what is now the West Gate. Passing the West Gate. So this, what was the name of this when Elvis was here?
International.
The International. So inside this very, what year do you think this opened?
Well, I believe it was in the 60s or early 70s.
Early
Actually, I think
70s.
Elvis had a little bit to do with some of the design because they designed his suite with an elevator and a tunnel that went right to the showroom. So I think he was part of that. And I'm not sure exactly when that started. He had an 8-year run and he died in, what, 76?
77? 76?
77. I forget. I should know this because I'm an elephant. So backing that up, I'd say it was sometime in the 60s.
But since then, they have a room that's now used as like a timeshare, like a Westgate timeshare building, which still has a lot of the, I'll say props, but just the set decor from the Star Trek experience that ran here for many, many years. And it still looks very Star Trek-y and sci-fi-ish as well. But then there's like also a ton of Elvis stuff as well kind of mixed in. So you got the sci-fi, you got the timeshare, you got the Elvis, and the theater that Elvis performed in. Still, it's been renovated, but it's still open. Barry Manilow usually performs.
As the lady said, it's a historical monument.
It's on the National Register of Historic Places?
Yeah,
Well,
because he had 836 sold-out shows. I think it's still the record. Most sold-out consecutive shows of any performer.
great if a monorail came by right now.
Around Karen Avenue. This is where the women who want to speak to the manager stay.
The who?
Women who would like to speak to the manager, they have a formal complaint. The Karens.
Oh, they stay here on this road?
Yeah, in that building right there. They file their formal complaint.
All right, there's Circus Circus. Now, I did stay at Circus Circus like 10, 11 years ago. The first time I came to Vegas, I stayed at Circus Circus, which is technically on the Strip. So I have stayed on the Strip, but this is a lot farther up the Strip than where I'm at. We got the Slots of Fun.
Another great place to get cheap hot dogs.
Slots of Fun has cheap hot dogs?
Oh, for sure.
All right, back over at my hotel. That's going to do it for today. I'll see you in the next video, the vlog. My room's right up there, the vlog.